we did what we always do. Looked at a lineup of movies and said, yeah, this seems like a good idea. And you know what? We were absolutely right. Tonight, we're diving into a beautifully chaotic mix of zombies, pirates, robots, and pure cinematic, what did I just watch? The kind of lineup that keeps you locked in because you need to see where it goes. Here's what we got into. The Bone Temple, 28 years later. The apocalypse is back, still unhinged, and for reasons no one can explain, apparently required blonde wigs. The Bluff, pirates, minus most of the actual high seas, but plenty of dramatic standoffs and we meant to do that energy. War Machine. It's giving aliens, except no aliens, just a robot doing the absolute most, and sadly no Sigourney Weaver to save us. The Wrecking Crew. Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. That's it. That's the pitch. Add in attitude, chaos, and yes, that girl from Firefly. So if you like your movies a little wild, a little over the top, and fully committed to the bit, you're in the right place. Because we watched all of these. And now we're breaking it all down.
We are breaking it all down. It was a marathon.
You're breaking it.
This week. Of
So everybody have a good
explosion.
week.
Yeah.
Good week.
Things
How's
are
the
all right.
work? Yeah, all-
Past couple of days have been good. The 5 previous to it were a nightmare.
So I have to tell y'all, it snowed in Mobile, Alabama Monday.
Wow.
That's like
Wow.
about an hour away from me. And yeah, it's gonna be 70 tomorrow. So, welcome to our weather.
Well, Alan, I heard that the Southwest might get a record-breaking heat wave next couple of days.
It's 82 right now today.
Yeah.
So it's warm. I'm in a nice air-conditioned place right now. I will not disclose the location because somebody might want to come in and partake of my air. I don't want to share my air.
32.
But yeah, we're supposed to have hot weather. Then next week it's supposed to be like in the 60s. What about you all?
It's 29 degrees right now. I'm looking at my phone.
Oh.
But most of our snow is melted, so that's a good thing.
True
Yeah,
story.
we don't have a trace of it except up in the hills. So
Hey, Tony.
hey,
Hey, Tony.
Tony's got 17 degrees over there. Holy crap! What's wrong with you people? Talk to your weather controller. Tell them, hey,
Isn't that
it's some
you?
nice weather.
I think we got to grab that groundhog and rough him up a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. It's good to see you all. Last week was a lot of fun, and I think this week will be a lot of fun too.
It's going to be
So-
an interesting week.
Yes.
Back
We-
to 4 movies.
4 movies, 4 opinions. We'll see what happens. Scott, you've got a convention this weekend? Another one?
Not this weekend. March 28th. One day.
Okay.
One day, Providence, Rhode Island. Doc Reads 2026. It's 60 horror authors and artists. No celebrities, no other vendors. It's just going to be artist and horror related. Hey, Landa.
Hey, Landa. Well,
Well, cool.
so you're going to be the celebrity then, right? One of the,
I probably
you say, hey, I'm on Watching Wyrd.
yeah, well, that's true.
Well, Rich, have you ever thought about doing that? Doing conventions with your books? and
Yeah, that's just not me, really. I might share a table, but I would never. So I'm lazy. I don't like having to do stuff to get stuff done. I just like getting it done. So I write my book, and then I just push it off to the publisher, and they do everything else. I've been to a few cons, but never with a table or anything like that. Actually, I went to see Scott at one,
Yeah.
but I've
That's
never.
right.
It's
That's
just
right.
not my thing.
Yeah, he spied on me, and I didn't even know it.
True story.
How about you, Hadley? You think about doing that?
I've thought about it probably next year. Last year was all crazy with work, and this year I'm kind of getting my bearings, but I've been looking, and there's some really cool horror stuff that goes on in New Orleans that I think it would be pretty cool to do a Weird Realities table.
But yeah,
Maybe get everybody to
yeah.
send me a couple of books and to see how we do and just yeah. But
All
I
right.
got my pal Morgana down here, so I'm going to make her go with me. And if we can get some T-shirts made, maybe go and just see what happens.
No, that's good. Hey Tony, nice Tony. Nice to see you. We got both our Tonys here tonight. Yeah,
Tony's Orlando.
I did one down in Nashville with W.J. Lundy, J.L. Bourne, Rich Baker, and Joe Hansen, and that was a lot of fun. But it was going to be at one of those Walking Dead conventions, and they canceled that last moment. So we already had booked our rooms down at the Gaylord Hotel, which I don't know if you've ever been to a Gaylord Hotel. It's not what you think it is, but it's like a huge indoor. It's very
Who
cool.
was you with? Where was Tina?
Tina was with me. It was anyway. It's a really cool hotel. If you ever get a chance to book at a Gaylord, they got all kinds of stuff going on there. Shout out to Gaylord Hotels. Maybe they'll sponsor us here, huh? But real quick, we had a good time. They canceled the convention, but we went anyway, and we signed some books. We met some people. Jim Crisco, I know, Rich, you know Jim Crisco, and you might, Rich, but he followed us down there. He lives a couple states away, and he came over, him and his wife. But it's a real cool thing. But I'm just like, I'm so shy when I'm in public doing books. Rich Baker had to help me out to get me going, but I just could not talk to people. It's really really weird. I'm not like Scott. Behind a microphone, I can be, but not just when I'm out trying to sell my book, But I digress. We're talking about tonight's show. So we've got the Bluff, War Machine, the Wrecking Crew, and the Bone Temple, and that's going to be the first one we open with tonight. Is the Bone Temple. And Rich watched that for us.
I can start right now. Got 28 years later, the Bone Temple for this week's Watching Wyrd. This movie, and in fact the last one, takes more shit than a sewage treatment plant. There aren't that many middle grounders on this one. The fans love it or hate it, except me. Me, I thought it was okay. It's not really a zombie flick per se. It's a flick with zombies in it. It's about a clan called the Fingers in a post-apocalyptic Britain who are led by Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal, who is certifiably friggin' nuts. Jimmy takes the George Foreman route in naming his crazy-ass 7-member clan and calls them all Jimmy. Enter Spike, our kid hero from the last flick, which was a zombie movie. I don't want to hear your shit about how the rage virus doesn't make zombies because that's crap. If the creature was a human and then it bites you and you turn into one of them and you're not a werewolf or a vampire, you're a damn zombie. Spike, remember Spike, is a kid on his own now that he split from his Craven the Hunter dad and dead mom. Spike gets picked up by the Jimmies. There's a short and murderous initiation, and Spike starts getting called Jimmy too. Problem is, Jimmy Crystal and all his little Jimmies are Satan-worshipping effing nutjobs. Their goal is to straight up murder everybody. And Spike, while perfectly capable of murder, only chooses to kill when he has to. And usually that's to save his own life. Crystal has modeled himself after Jimmy Savile and his murderous kid gang after none other than, wait for it, the Teletubbies. Spike and the Jimmies are half the movie. The flick delves into their crazy, and those actors, all young, nail it. The other half of the flick is Lord Voldemort trying to become besties with the very large, I'm talking to you ladies, Samson the Alpha Infected. Samson has become addicted to the morphine in Voldemort's blow darts and keeps coming back to get blown so that this infected bro can remember portions of his former uninfected life. I will say this, do not F with Samson. Whether you're an uninfected looking for a can of Spam or a horde of infected who want to kill the newly upgraded to almost human again Samson, you're going to end up a bowel movement. Don't mess with Samson. There's more to the story, including some pretty cool dancing to Iron Maiden, but I really don't want to wreck it for you as this flick was recently released on home video. We go a bit further into the evolution of the zombies in this one. And let me tell you, I love that. I love it because if you're reading my Theory series books, shameless plug, you will know that my infected, at least the ones who are alive, are also evolving. In fact, as I wrote my books before the 28 years later saga started, I think some financial restitution from Columbia Pictures is important. There is torture in this movie. Brutal, unnecessarily visual torture. If you don't like seeing that kind of crap, and let me tell you, I'm with you, then tune out when the barn scene comes along. Just go get a piece of pie or maybe go pee. The torture takes about 10 minutes, so drink a few beers before you get to the barn to help you with the pee. There are a few actors that you will know in this one, like Ralph Fiennes, Jack O'Connell, Erin Kellyman, and Emma Laird. Cillian Murphy from the original 28 Days, who spells his name so damn wrong, has a cameo at the end. This film and the last one were filmed back to back, and the fast pace of the last sequel, directed by Danny Boyle, is a bit frenetic compared with the leisurely cadence of this one, directed by Nia DaCosta. Bone Temple didn't do so well at the box office, crapping out at $57 million versus a $63 million budget. But keep in mind, these are very different movies. I didn't love it, but I did like it, except for the torture that some of you sickos enjoy. What did you guys think? Alan.
You know, last time when you flipped us off,
Yeah, I do.
I liked this one.
Good.
I enjoyed this one. That was epic. You need to make that a clip anyway. But I enjoyed this one. It surprised me. Ralph Fiennes, he really stole the show in this one. He really did. He's such a great actor, you know. And his interaction with Samson and with Jack O'Connell's Jimmy Crystal is just great. I'm with you on the violence, on the torture part, you know, where they actually cut them open and they make them eat their entrails, and that was a little much. But I like this one. I like this one better than 28 Years Later. I really, really did. And I think Ralph Fiennes' performance, and I think the ending was great. You get to see, you know, I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna spoil it. So if you don't want to hear this, put your fingers in your ear for a minute. Cillian Murphy coming back, and he's not a zombie. He's not dead or anything. He's doing good with his daughter in a little cottage. I thought that was great. I really did. I love that. You can take your ears out now, or your fingers out. You can take your ears out too. This was really, I like this one. I really did. I thought I was prepared to hate it because I didn't care for 28 Years Later, and I was expecting to get the finger from Rich again, not in a good way. And I enjoyed this one. But and you got that the Jimmys were Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of a UK thing. We just watched a documentary about 6 months ago about Jimmy Savile, and when they started talking about the Jimmys, it's like, oh, so those of you that don't know out there, they're based off Jimmy Savile, who was an entertainer in the UK for many, many years, raised a lot of money for hospitals and stuff. He was this good guy, just a real good guy, who was a child abuser, and the royalty and everybody hid that. They hid because he was in with the Queen, he was in with all the royals, all the top-notch celebrities, you know, and they kept that hidden. They knew about it and they kept it hidden. And then near when he was dying, it all came out that he was just this big piece of dookie. So that's what they're modeled after is that guy. He had the blonde hair like what's his name, that wrestler, and he wore tracksuits and gold chains, and he was just a piece of crap. But anyway, I like this one. I really do. If you didn't like 28 Years Later, maybe give this one a go, because you know what's going on now. Spike's back, and the Jimmys are back from the end. And one of the Jimmys, the females, she was on Kingstown, the first season of Kingstown. She was she was the one that Jeremy Renner took under his wing, and she ended up dying on the bus over drug overdose. But I didn't recognize her. I was looking at the cast, and it's like, oh wow. And then the main Jimmy girl, I can't remember, Jimmy whatever, she was Ephraim's, or
Yeah, Inverness.
Infernus or whatever in Han Solo.
Her name
Solo.
is Erin Kellyman.
So, yeah. So they had a few. It kept my attention. I liked it, didn't love it, but I like this one. So, Hadley, what do you think?
I actually didn't know what to think about this movie. I liked the ending. I liked it better than the last one. There were not nearly as many dongs. Since we're talking about that.
We don't need that many with that one.
Yeah.
No, he was a big guy. And I liked a lot of it. But again, the Jimmy stuff, I just kept, because I did not get the reference. And I was like, what is up with these wigs? What is it about the apocalypse that says let's put on track suits and wear bad wigs that we cut the bangs? So I was a little bit puzzled by that. But now that y'all have explained it, it makes a lot more sense. I'm going to have to kind of look back at that. But I did really love the ending because I felt like in the first one that we just didn't have any connection to the old film. And so now I feel like it kind of connected with that and kind of loops it all together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Right.
again, didn't hate.
Wow. Hey, Frank. Frank from over the pond is here.
Hey, Frank, how's your wound?
Hello.
Football's
You
well,
know,
buddy.
last week he had some issues with his health.
Yeah, he had to go in today and have some surgery done to it.
Oh, he's feeling
Me.
You
good.
would have done
I
that
don't want to
for
get too deep into it,
you
but
know.
Well, Frank, you're always sending you some healing vibes, dude.
I have tools.
definitely. What do you think, Scott? He's sore.
I'm torn on this. I thought it was I was a little bit like irked that they put it into the 28-year franchise. Other than Ray Fine dealing with Samson, which was a secondary issue, the Jimmies had nothing to do with it. It could have been a completely different film. I like the violence. I don't remember the torture scene because I think I was just so, this movie sucks. No, I never got the reference to the kid, the young Jimmy being from the third movie, or the reference with the guy at the end. I watched it. I probably will never watch this one again. To me, this is like Halloween 3. It would have been a better movie if they just took it out of the franchise and did something else with it. I know they're doing it with the Samson part of it, but I didn't really understand how the Samson fit in with the Jimmies. It was just like they took two different storylines, threw them into the same mix, shook it out. So I'm not a huge fan of this one. This was the worst for me of the four.
I don't agree. And I'm going to, of course I don't. Anyway, I'm going to come back and say, I felt like it was really interesting how they tied the two together, and it synced back into the first film with the little boy and the Dr. Ian. Is that what we want to call him?
Dr. Ian.
I think so.
And I have to say,
Kelsey.
I've made it in the comments, is that was kind of where I went, was the Duran Duran. I was a huge Duran Duran fan in like the 80s. So I was like, I'm never going to look at it again. But he was a huge fan. But the whole scene with him, it really, at that point, nothing else mattered to me but what was going on with the Ray Fiennes character. And was he spiraling? Because, I mean, he's doing, morphine with this big creature. And it was very interesting. Like I said, it could have just been a testimony to his acting ability. And, it was very interesting. I really like him as an actor, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like he gets into some dark places really well.
Yeah.
Which, if you didn't see Schindler's List. He was in Schindler's List, and he just stole the show and it. That's where he got on my radar. I've been a huge fan since. Obviously, he was in the Harry Potter movies. But wow, this, yeah, going Scott. If you didn't really watch that whole thing of him kind of spiraling with his sanity, it was really, really worth watching.
You know, he was in The Menu. Remember that movie, The Menu, where he was the dark chef. But when he does that scene, Frank the Trooper was in the 28 Years Later, the Norwegian guys.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part, was that we live normally, but these poor people live still with the plague. But anyway, when he puts on that big production, that was just fantastic. I was watching it just, laughing and thinking, man, he's just going for it. And this is what Jimmy wanted, but then of course it doesn't go Jimmy's way.
Quite like what Jimmy planned. But yeah, it was great. I mean, like, what kid in the 80s or 70s when, Black Sabbath and, all the heavy metal bands were out, didn't have a moment where they were singing that style in their bedroom,
Oh yeah.
I might have
that was a good
Duran, but I have a feeling Mr. Restucci was probably into some Black Sabbath and some
Yeah, I was just singing that earlier today.
So, but it was like I said, I really liked that part of it. I could have done without the whole Jimmy stuff, but it added an interesting element to the movie, and it wrapped up the storyline with Dr. Ian, to me, very well, with him once again saving this child.
Yeah,
I'm being meanly picked on by Dan and Max. Yeah.
King of Tubi Trash.
King of Tubi Trash. So what are we going to rate this one? Hey, Doc, good to see you.
Hey, Doc, we're talking about 28 years later, The Bone Temple. We're just finishing up. This one, I'm going to give this one a 3.8. Didn't absolutely love it, but I certainly didn't hate it. It's a flick I'll probably watch again, other than the barn scene, to just to see if I missed anything.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about you, Hadley?
Well, I don't really like our scoring system, because I don't feel like it does it justice, because the reality of it is this movie redeemed the last movie in a manner none of us expected. And so it should get points for that. Maybe we need to work on our scoring system. And again, the redemption arc of the film, I think, should give it some bonus points compared to what we were expecting. So I'm going to at least give it a 4, because I do feel like it redeemed. It's going to make me watch, and I think everybody else is going to watch the third movie because of this movie. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a good point. That does make sense. Scott?
Giving it a 2.
Yeah. We miss you too, Doc. Scott's being a bummer now.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, Scott. This one, if we're gonna go redemption, I'll give it a 3.2, because I would have just given it a 3. I did enjoy this one better than this. Is actually my third favorite in the series out of the 4. So you can't beat the first 2. You really can't.
No, you can't.
No. Well, I'll be real quick with War Machine. This is a Netflix movie with Alan Richardson, Reacher, Chad or Thad from Blue Mountain. You know who he is, that huge guy. Well, anyway, he plays a PTSD Ranger candidate who is with a bunch of other Ranger candidates doing their final push to become Rangers. And all of a sudden from the sky falls a meteor. But it's just not a meteor. It's an alien inside. And before you scream Battlefield Earth, Battlefield LA or whatever, one of those movies, this is what it is. It's the same movie with threads of Lone Survivor thrown in, and it's fun. It's a popcorn movie. They fight this alien machine that comes out, and they have no weapons except Schwarzenegger's sticks and stones and some explosives, and they got to fight this thing. And don't get attached to anybody in this movie, because only a few people make it out. And the action is great. The action's great in this. Especially when they grab a hold of that armored personnel carrier. That was pretty fun. Seeing, it was outrageous. But, these movies are made to be outrageous. I enjoyed this movie. It was a bunch of other movies thrown together. And you cared about these people that when they got, wiped out, you're like, oh, that's too bad. Oh. And they had a Weekend at Bernie's moment when they had the guy that was playing the lieutenant first class, pretending to be one, on this mission, and he spends the whole time, wrapped up on a stretcher, going down the falls, getting shot at, and everything. And it's a fun movie. I think Richardson did a good job. He played himself like he always plays. He had Dennis Quaid in it. I guess Flint from G.I. Joe ended up in the commanding a Ranger battalion. Esai Morales from crap. He's seen a bunch of crap. I think he in Longmire. No, that was somebody else. Never mind. And Jack Courtney. Yeah, and Jack Courtney. This is the first time I really liked him in a role. He always plays a bad guy.
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was wondering who he pissed off in Hollywood.
You knew he was dead meat, from the beginning. This is a fun movie. If you want to see an action movie, take your mind away from things, this one will do it. What says you guys?
Boss, what do you think?
I think this was actually my choice for the week, and I really had high expectations for it. I do like the actors, but I like, what's his name? Alan Rickson. He does not disappoint. He is a great action actor. But so my trivia for it is kind of weird. I saw that the director specifically designed the robot to move like the Predator rather than a mechanical robot to increase the horror elements. And I did not really notice that, so I wanted to ask y'all if y'all did.
No, I didn't.
I didn't know.
I didn't get that, but like Tony I said a few minutes ago, this was a direct ripoff of the movie Predator.
Yeah.
Well, there's already talk about a sequel.
Well, it's gotten people like it, even though people say, it's a bunch of movies stitched together, which it is. It's still a fun movie to watch.
Yeah.
You're not going to learn anything new from it.
Again, to maintain the Predator style realism, the production used real bombs and practical effects for the explosions rather than CGI.
Okay.
Yeah, you could tell because it looked good. CGI explosions.
It did. It looked really good.
Should have just used a real Predator.
It is what it is. I mean, this is a running and gunning movie. That's what they're doing. It's a shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a good action flick. So there was no drama. It's not going to win any awards. But it was a lot of fun to watch. I won't watch it again.
Scott?
I liked it. It was enjoyable. It was a fun movie, but you got to just turn off the reality. I liked the backstory of Richardson. Why he's doing what he's doing, the determination in it. That character development was something I didn't expect. But yes, everything else is ridiculously fun shoot 'em up. I mean, I was rolling my eyes, when War Machine is chasing the APC and blowing bits and parts off of it, and the vehicle still keeps on going. but yeah, it was so many movies would take, that stole from so many movies. It's one of those movies, you had a crappy week at work, Friday night, get a cold beer, something to eat, turn it on, and just kill off some brain cells for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Rich?
I think a lot of people are crapping on this movie unnecessarily. I liked it. I thought it was good. It was one of the better Netflix movies that I've seen in a while. Everybody is absolutely correct when they say it was stitched together from a bunch of different movies. You can look in there and see all the movies. I mean, mostly Predator, because it was just the thing hunting some alien thing hunting them, the whole way home. And then you find out that I don't want to wreck that for you, but I thought it was done really well. I thought the cinematography was excellent. I thought the robot it kind of looked. I think they were aiming for Ed 209. It was from RoboCop. It was good.
Uh-huh.
I thought, like you said, Scott, I thought the background for Alan Ritchson was excellent. I thought the PTSD thing that they did there was fantastic. Usually that detracts, I think, from a film because they get too much into it. You're supposed to feel this way, but he's that guy. In this one, it didn't. It was really good, and it looked real for him. He was actually he did well. I think this is one of his better films. I mean, Reacher's kind of unbeatable. I thought Reacher was great, except for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Oh yeah,
That's a great movie, and he steals the show in that movie.
Which character was he in that?
Badass. What's that?
Who was
He's a Swedish guy in that movie.
Okay.
yeah.
He just kills all the Nazis. It's fantastic. But this flick was good. I actually will probably watch this again at some point in the future. Kind of like The Gorge. Every now and then I'll be flipping through Netflix and I'll see The Gorge, and I was like, you know what, I like that. I'll watch it again. Friday night, 2 a.m, little buzz going. Yeah, I'll put it on. Whatever. This will be that same type of movie. But I like it.
So what do you give it?
I think I'll probably give this one a 4. I liked it that much. I think I liked it a little bit better than Bone Temple. But again, I didn't hate Bone Temple, so I'll give this one a 4.
Hadley?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a 3.5. It delivered about where I thought it would. It wasn't great.
Yeah. Same.
But it was fun. It was a fun movie. I wouldn't watch it again.
I'm going to cut the difference, 3.75.
All right. And I'm going to cook it. For the type of movie it was, I'm going to give it a 4 because it did well as the type of movie that it was. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't surprised. I enjoyed it.
I'm working on us a new voting because y'all are so inconsistent every week. You vote different every week.
Well,
We're going to start breaking it down.
Week.
But aren't we
Start
supposed to?
breaking it down to acting and stuff like that, so we can be on an even level. Because
Whoa! Wait a minute. We're gonna have to give points to that. Oh, he's good. Good acting. That was good.
The
Good cinematography. Good story.
the Siskel and Ebert of
We have to rate it out of 100.
Well, Scott, let's hear about your movie, The Wrecking Crew.
All right, let me state that this movie is perfect for what it is. A testosterone action flick. I love this movie. I was so riveted to it. It opens up with this guy. He's trying to avoid someone you don't know, but he eventually puts a letter in the mail and then gets run over by a hit and run driver. Well, it turns out that he was the father who abandoned the family, left the kids of his 2 sons, who are James Hale, David Bautista, and the brother Johnny, Jason Momoa, who they've not talked in years. Then all of a sudden one afternoon, 3 Yakuza guys show up at Jason Momoa's house looking for the envelope, which hasn't been delivered. And they think, okay, we're going to beat this guy up. One of the best fight scenes I've seen since a John Wick movie. And ladies, if you like Momoa's butt, you definitely got to watch this movie. There's quite a bit of it. And an imaginary sword fight, if you know what I mean. So it turns out something's going on one of the Hawaiian Islands, which is where Batista lives. So the two brothers get back together, and it's pretty much a land deal. The Yakuza is trying to take all of this land that belongs to the indigenous people of Hawaii and turn it into a casino so they'll throw off the Hawaiians, make money on it. And the whole movie is Bautista and Momoa trying to stop the Yakuza. This has got a good crew. Marina Baccarin is in it. Stephen Root plays Detective Rennet, who doesn't really want these two around, but then eventually realizes they're doing a better job than he is. Lot of good, and the bad guy was played by, and I haven't looked him up.
Claes Bang.
I couldn't pronounce the name. It's what it is. It's an action flick. The fight scenes are absolutely bizarre, but you'll love them. Momoa steals this movie with all of his one-liners and his attitude. It's definitely, it is exactly what I wanted it to be. It's not going to win any Academy Awards, but if you're the type, if you like the John Wick movies, if you like stuff like that, with a little humor, you got to watch this one.
Yeah, Rich.
I disagree with everything he just said.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
we're the ones that
Jason Momoa's bare butt could not save this movie for me.
Oh, she's flipping us off right now.
Yeah, we need more. Why?
This was just it was made and understand. I've got the sense of humor that I love, just stupid stuff. This movie was just not it. I sat down and thought that it was going to be just campy and fun, and it just missed on all the levels. The best part of this whole movie was the girl from Firefly. Mm. She stole the show with her attitude and her sauciness, and I mean, that was it for me. I could not get into this movie. So, like I said, take what Scott said and turn it the exact opposite, and that's my stance on it.
All right. What about you, Rich?
I thought it was okay. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I watched that particular type of movie and like all the Jason Statham movies and stuff like that, and you know what you're going to get. You're not going to get anything Academy Award winning. You're not going to get anything over the top. Every now and then there's a rare gem that you'll get something. Oh wow, I really like that. Well, one of those for me was Battle of Los Angeles. One of the best movies I've ever seen. I love that movie. This one was okay. It was, like I said, it was exactly what I thought. It was a great time waster, good popcorn movie. What you said, Scott, about the fight scene, 100% on point. Absolutely, one of the best fight scenes I've seen. It's right at the beginning too. First, I don't know, 10 minutes of the flick. Yeah. The Yakuza is fighting Jason Momoa, and it's Jason Momoa is just trying to drink a beer and smack him around while he's bare. It was great. Excuse me. That said, that was, I think, the best part of the film. You can kind of see where it's going. You can see who the bad guy is.
Yeah.
There's not. It's supposed to be kind of a whodunit and this and that. And I hated the fact that Jango Fett was the bad guy at the end. I mean, that's easy.
Again.
You're going to see it 10 minutes in, or as soon as you meet the character and then see what's going on, you're gonna get who the sort of the behind the scenes bad guy is, and it took it away from me because I mean he was supposed to be providing for his family. He was a good guy, blah blah, and they just wrecked it with that. I didn't think that was necessary. And I understand that stuff really happens and that they were trying to shoot for realism and all that, but cut it out. Leave Jango Fett alone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For Christ's sake.
I've got some trivia that supports my feelings on this. I'm going to share with y'all.
Okay, go ahead.
So, the movie was originally supposed to be directed by the same director of The Fall Guy. That movie would have been awesome. But instead, we got the dude that directed The Blue Beetle, which also sucked. So,
Blue People?
I rest my case.
Blue Beetle. I never heard of it.
Oh, Blue
Exactly.
Beetle. Oh
Blue
yeah,
Beetle.
that was not a good movie.
Is it DC or Marvel superhero movie?
But imagine the cinema vision of the guy that did The Fall Guy. It would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm just happy in this movie that The Rock wasn't in it. I was delighted because I'm burned out on The Rock, and I'm glad he wasn't in this one. This was fun. It was what you expected to get. I enjoyed it, and I like the fight scenes. That first fight scene was really good.
Yeah.
It would look really painful. A lot of it. You're just going. And the bad guy, Clay's Bangs, he played one of the best Draculas, at least in my mind. He was in that miniseries. The miniseries wasn't that good, but that
The British
BBC
one.
miniseries.
He was great.
Huh?
I knew him from somewhere.
Yeah, he was the one where it jumps to the present day.
Yes.
That was so good.
Yes.
It was. Except for that last episode, they rushed it.
Yeah.
But he played one of the best Draculas, I think. Just
I'm
feral
gonna
and
give you
evil.
100% agree on that.
Yeah. This is okay. It is what it is. I hate that saying. It was enjoyable. I'll probably watch it again down the road. Maybe not all of it, but I'll watch it. And not the part Max is thinking of. So this one was okay. It's with Amazon movies, like with the Wahlberg action ones and stuff, you kind of get just the same formula. They give you the same pablum and you watch it and you go, oh, that was okay. So it's okay enough to get the audience to watch it, It's not outstanding. They're okay. This one was okay. So what do you guys want to rate this one? Hadley.
I'm going to give it a 2. I told you, Jason
you
Momoa is good, and I love me some Jason Momoa. It could not save this flick for me.
Well, Doc rated it lower than you did. What about you, Scott?
I'm giving it a 4 because it is what it was meant to be. And Momoa just cracked me up. All of his one-liners through the movie.
Yeah, that's what cracked you up.
Yeah.
The liners cracked me up, not the crack.
Boss has got some jokes. How about you, Rich?
I give it a 3.5. It was, like I said, it was a popcorn movie. It's a flick that I might watch again if I may have had one extra Jack's Abbey beer too many. Then I could pop this on like the last one, 2:00 in the morning, watch it again. So I'll give it
Next
3.5.
time you have a date, that's what you're going to do. Pop this in.
Wow.
Wow.
Hadley's making us look tame.
That's coming from that
Landon's not here. I've got
the
to
hole in that black, the hole in the black thing right there. That's coming from there. Rich, I'm gonna go with you 3.5. It is what it is. Again, it's not the best. Speaking of a decent movie, Hadley, you got The Bluff.
Who picked this movie?
I did.
It's a really good movie, Alan. I was surprised. And I'm glad I get to talk about it because I was so surprised. I liked it so much that I have to say.
Hey, Alan recommended me a movie, and I was really surprised that it was good.
No, I just.
You suck less than usual.
I really just, looking at the I guess like the poster, it just kind of looked like a love story. And I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Not a good poster.
Some swashbuckling romance that Alan's got me watching. But no, I really like this. I really like the pirate mythos, and they kind of borrowed from the history of Bloody Mary and just ran with it. And so it starts off with this husband's gone off to sea, the family's at home, the son's crippled. It's, you know, it just is kind of like a historical period movie. And then all of a sudden the pirates show up and she's a badass. And it just, there's some great fight scenes in it. And I'm talking, Carl Urban is like the bad guy in it, who, if you watch The Boys and you watch Lord of the Rings, you know, he's a very well-known actor. So he was in it. And his sword fighting scenes were so good. I just really was impressed. This was not the best, again, not going to win any awards, but it was really good. And I've never seen, I think is it Nick or Joe Jonas, their wife, is like in it, and she's the star. And I have never seen her in anything before that I can remember. And it was just really good. I'm not going to spoil it because, again, it's new, and I was just really surprised. And I've got some trivia because you know me, I always like the trivia. Zoe Saldana had the role. Like, it was supposed to be her, and she stepped out of it but remained on the project as an executive producer. I read up on Paul Urban, and he prepared for his role as Captain Connor with training techniques passed down from a legendary sword master by the name of Bob Anderson, who famously doubled for Darth Vader and trained the cast from Lord of the Rings. So, you know, it had me hooked then. And, yeah. Oh, and there were real snakes in the mangroves. They were in Australia shooting this, and they had to have snake wranglers go out and clear the mangroves every day because snakes in Australia are BAD.
Everything in Australia is BAD.
Hey, you know what it was that got Hadley on this movie was Carl Urban's sword fighting.
Yeah. Have fun all you want to. There was no sword fighting of Carl Urban in this movie. It was really good. This was a really good. Yeah, he's a hot. I love me some Butcher.
No,
yes, great. This was a lot of fun, and I had a really good time watching it. I will recommend it highly to people who enjoy this sort of thing. And I will tell anybody else, it is not a swashbuckling romance, which is what I thought Alan had me watching.
It's a bad poster. The poster is bad. Bad advertisement.
It does not do the show justice, for sure.
No.
And the little boy in it, he did a good job. And it was, like I said, it was a lot better than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And good quality. Because, again, keep in mind, I don't know. I recognize a couple of actors, but the only one I really knew was Carl Urban. So for it to, it looked like it had a good budget. It was pretty well done. Rich? Boys, what did y'all think?
What you, Alan? What did you think? No, you go first.
You want me to go? I liked it. It was it reminded me of that Gina Davis.
Yeah, Matthew Modine.
Gina Davis. Yeah, it did. A little more violent. You know, more modern violence, I guess. Once again, Jango Fett, Tamora Morrison shows up as a bad guy, and actually he did a real good job. He plays. I think his knockout role was some Australian movie where he played a native that was just struggling with his modern place as a man. You know, so I think he was real violent in that one. And he's played a bad guy a lot. He does it well. I like watching him. I like seeing him pop up and stuff. The violence in this was great. when they take the beach at the beginning of the movie, you know, and they're just ruthless, and these poor people are just outgunned and out sword bought, you know. It's just, I thought it was a good scene. I enjoyed this one. I'm not a big fan of Chopra Jonas. If I probably killed it there, but she did really good in this. I
She was
really liked her character as
fast.
Bloody. Yeah, she really did well as Bloody Mary. So I enjoyed this one. I love a good pirate movie, and I'll say this was a good pirate movie. What do you say, Rich?
I will say that I did not want to watch this movie. I had seen it advertised, on Netflix. And then my friend Alan said, "Hey, you know what? That was pretty good." I'm like, "All right, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a watch." And I'm happy I did. I thought it was quite good. I am also not a fan of Priyanka Chopra Jonas. She just doesn't do it for me. I don't like her acting style. I don't like the way she comes across. She was in some. It was either like a legal show or she was a spy or CIA agent. I can't.
Yeah,
remember
she was a spy. Is on
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw one of those. It was okay. It was all right. It just wasn't for me. And honestly, she brought it down. Hadley is absolutely correct. She nailed it in this movie. She was great. So much so that I actually enjoyed the film. I thought it was going to suck. I really didn't want to watch it. And then I think Alan said, "Hey, let's do that one." All right, I'll give it a go. But you had also said it was good, and so I like that. So I thought the violence was great. If you're into that thing. Again, I'm not a torture guy. There is a little torture in this, but nothing like Bone Temple. One of the things they do in this film, excuse me, is they hold a dude in front of a cannon.
Oh yeah,
that was done pretty well.
Yeah.
Maybe a waste of a cannon shot, but it is what it is. It's a good way to go. It's quick. I thought the whole intrigue portion of it was great, and there's a wrap-in and a tie-in at the end that you see coming 100 miles away. But it was well done. Probably again another one that I'll do at 2 a.m. when I'm just sleepy and had a couple beers I shouldn't have had. Say, hey, I saw that 3 years ago. I'll watch it again. So that type of thing.
Scott?
I'll stop by saying, except for the Pirates of the Caribbean, I do not like pirate movies. I think they're stupid.
What the hell?
Wait a minute. I don't like them. And I saved this for last, figuring this is going to be the worst of the bunch.
Are the pirates in the room with us, Scott? Are the pirates in the room with us?
No. Arr.
I'm air quoting this. Y'all can't see it, but I'm air quoting. Stupid. Did he just say that it was too stupid?
No, I said pirate movies. Just, I don't know. This one I saved for last because I thought it was going to be horrendous. This was the best of the 4 movies. I love the entire plot. And I'm not giving away anything. She used to be the lover of the pirate who's hunting her down. She got tired. She stole all of his gold, moved to an island, and he's hunting her down. Acting of everyone was great. They did a very good job. I loved the action violence in this. This is going to sound stupid, but it was realistic. The sword fights looked like a sword fight. The booby traps she set, okay, I could see that happening in that time. The plot was good, fast-paced, kept on going, good characters, plenty of action. Rich, I did not see that ending coming, so I was surprised by that. But
you're getting trolled. You're getting trolled by troll.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? Anyways, despite my naysayers, I really enjoyed this movie, and I will definitely watch it later to pick up all the things I missed.
Yeah, no shark strippers, Tony said.
He hit the nail on the head.
So Max actually brought up a good point. It's been out for a few years. It's been finished now, but it was called Black Sails, Scott. It's it's the story of Treasure Island told a little differently. It's actually I stand corrected. It's pre-Treasure Island. It's got Billy Bones, and it shows you how Long John Silver lost his leg and stuff like that. It is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. I highly recommend it.
It was really good.
It is a pirate.
You'd like it, Scott, because there are shark strippers in that one.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it, though, guys. Give me credit. Most of the pirate movies were made in the 30s and the 40s.
Wait, have you seen the one with Robert Shaw? Swashbuckler. That's a great.
All right, I'll give that one a shot.
Yeah, and Cutthroat Island with Gina Davis, which
that's true. Yeah, well, I'd watch that just to see Gina Davis in a pirate outfit.
There you go. Yeah. So those are a couple of
The Island with Michael Caine.
Yeah, The Island. People hate on that one though, but I like it.
See, I don't really consider that a pirate movie since I guess it technically is, but yeah, and the end of that is really good.
Yeah. Waterworld's a pirate movie. Just apocalyptic pirates.
My God, Max is tearing me apart tonight.
Yeah.
Cocaine
we love you, Scott.
I know.
Well, y'all forgot the best pirate movie ever is The Princess Bride.
Oh, Princess Bride's a pirate movie.
There's a pirate in it, I suppose.
But then remember, before all of that was the pirate movie with, the one of the musical with
Pirates.
Huh?
Right? Pirates. With Christy McNichol
I can't think of them, but there was the pirate movie musical, which was horrendous. But
it was Pirates with Christy McNichol and and that dude. He was an '80s singer. He was in that show with that motorcycle. It was like Knight Rider, but with
Treasure Island.
Oh yeah, Muppet Treasure Island.
They don't even give his name in this. You got to be kidding. Anyways, it was Christy McNichol and oh my God, they don't even have it listed.
Anybody out there know?
Christopher Atkins, I think. Yes.
Teenager.
Christopher Atkins.
That makes sense.
Yes, Christopher Atkins. That's who it was. Think of a different guy. Christopher Atkins. He sure likes his islands.
Yeah.
But Scott, Ice Pirates. When it first came out.
Max, no. Blue Lagoon is the only movie I walked out of in a movie theater.
I don't believe it. It had boobs.
Yeah, but most of them were from him. I mean, God, Brooke Shields wasn't anything that. I just couldn't stand that movie.
Okay, so you walked out of Blue Lagoon. Hadley, have you ever walked out of a movie?
I don't think so.
Okay, Rich.
I want to say yes, but
Hobo with a shotgun.
I wasn't a movie theater. I quit that movie on for us, but movie in a movie theater. No, I don't think I ever.
Now,
I don't know. I don't think so.
when I was very young, I was probably about probably eight. My dad took us to see that it's a Burt Reynolds movie where he's like a gangster in like the 30s. And they said the F word like in the first 5 minutes, and he snatched me up and took me out. I think that's
I know what movie that is. I walked out of Freddy Got Fingered, Tom Green's movie. It was horrible. It was a horrible movie.
The name should have given it away.
Yeah,
Tom
right?
Green starring in would have been enough.
I was a Tom Green fan back then. When he was kind of funny.
Well, he's
But
still funny.
anyway.
He's like living on the edge, on his own little farm,
Yeah.
and he's got all the animals, and living his best life
Yeah.
out there.
He is. I guess getting dumped by ET's friend just tears your life apart. Anyway, what we're gonna rate this one, and I see Ash's comment. There you go, Scott.
I
So
saw
what we're gonna
that
give
one,
this
by
one?
the way. It wasn't that good, but it was still worth watching.
What about you, Hadley? What do you think? What do you
I
give
think
this
this was a good solid 4.
one? All right, Rich.
I will agree with the boss, and I will give this one a nifty 4.
Scott.
4.25.
I see trying to make up for his pirate comment.
Little blood smooching.
I'll give this a 4. I'll give this a 4 too, solid 4. So we highly recommend it, even from Scott, who that's a genre he hates.
And there were no
Believe it or
boobs.
not. What if there were raccoon pirates?
Ooh.
On cocaine with strippers.
If there were raccoon pirates, that would have been a Thanksgiving show.
Hey, look at Tony. I took my family to see Flash Gordon at the drive-in, turned out to be Flesh Gordon.
Oh my!
Oh man, talk about a faux pas.
Yeah.
Mom was
We
shocked.
love you, Scott.
I'm not
We love
bending
you.
to peer pressure. I like the movie.
You said you did. Yeah, you did come out and say you did.
So I'm just going to go when we shut this off and cry in the corner for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you.
Everybody gets
I know you
messed up
guys.
every now and then, buddy. You did
I
great.
love it when hey,
I gotta pick on y'all sometimes.
you're picking on me. That means
Yeah.
you love me.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Well, if you are new to our show and you're still around, please hit that like and subscribe. We do this weekly. We have a great time. And you can find us at all the places. Our link tree is linktree at Weird Realities with a Y. And we will see you same time, same bat channel next week. And you know what to do.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
There's a finger.
Very weird.
Have a good week.
And that's a wrap. Or at least a pause until we make you watch something else questionable. If you enjoyed the chaos, the commentary, and the occasional deeply confident wrong opinion, make sure you stick around. Watching Wyrd is part of the Weird Realities Network, where you will find strange stories, forgotten legends, late-night conversations, and the kind of shows that feel less like content and more like hanging out with people who brought snacks. So follow and subscribe to explore the other shows. We'll be back soon. Until then, stay curious and stay weird.